In foreign trade, goods do not only travel by land, especially for large volumes of cargo. Maritime transportation is still one of the most economical methods. In this video, we explain the concept of FAS, free alongside ship, delivery in line with the ship. In this form of delivery, the goods are delivered to the buyer at the port just before they are loaded onto the ship. In the FAS form of delivery, the seller brings the goods to the ship berthing line dock at the port of export determined by the buyer and makes them available to the buyer here. In other words, the cargo has not yet been loaded onto the ship. It has only been delivered to the closest point to the ship. From this point on, loading, sea freight, insurance, and import procedures are the responsibility of the buyer. The delivery is completed by placing the goods in the direction of the ship. FAS applies only to maritime transportation and is generally preferred for bulk cargo or large volumes of goods. The seller is responsible for export customs clearance and brings the goods safely to the port. However, since the goods are delivered without being loaded onto the ship, any delays, loading costs, and risks at the port are now the responsibility of the buyer. Therefore, the buyer needs to organize ship scheduling and loading well. Incorrect vessel scheduling can result in waiting fees. Let's illustrate with an example. An agricultural company in Izmir sells olive oil drums to an importer in Egypt. Under FAS Izmir port conditions, the seller brings the goods to Izmir port, clears customs, and places them on the dock where the ship will dock. The delivery is completed at this point. It is now up to the buyer to load the goods, arrange transportation insurance, and pay the shipping costs. If the ship is delayed or there is a holdup at the port, the buyer, not the seller, is held liable. FAS is a highly technical but effective form of delivery for maritime transportation companies. The seller's responsibility ends at the port, while the buyer organizes the loading and afterwards. Therefore, a proper understanding of FAS is crucial for smooth trade. In the next video, we will discuss the more advanced FAS delivery method, FOB, free on board. Stay tuned.